We meet some incredible businesses who are doing incredible things. And I think it's a real privilege to be part of this, be part of helping these businesses grow their businesses, because ultimately that's our role. We're behind the scenes, we're helping power these businesses. The circular economy is the epicenter of what we do. For us, it's about really helping businesses, and we're trying to create a more sustainable future for IT for businesses. So that means procurement, so making sure that procurement strategy is more sustainable. Then making sure that tech lasts as long as possible. So we provide the support and make sure that things are not going to waste. And then if tech is at end of life, it's sitting in a cupboard, just making sure that we get it out of that cupboard and either gets reused because it's broken and repaired, or we recycle it and get the company some money back, or we donate that tech to good causes such as the digital divide. I've been in the tech industry for about 15 years, so I've kind of seen the boom of the tech industry. At that point, I hadn't even heard of electronic waste. Then I went back to East Africa, which is where I'm from, so from Tanzania, and that's where I saw the impacts of it. So a lot of tech, unfortunately, end of life, because it's expensive to break it down here in this country. It gets exported to places like Tanzania, where they then have these open air recycling centers where tech is smelted and burnt, and a lot of the toxic materials in tech can then leach into the water supply. Some of what they do when it's exported is actually good as well, so because they create a circular economy for the tech that's sent there, and they'll either resell it or they'll sell the components and stuff like that. But seeing that made me realize the impacts of tech, and how stuff like that impacts communities. There's materials in every smartphone which are in short supply, which will run out. So we're heading to a point where in the next 10 to 20 years where we'll have a real problem in our consumption habits for tech. So things have to change. When it comes to how we run our business, it's all through our values. And they're very much kind of linked to the B Corp movement, and the first one is all around making an impact, and our mission is to get 10,000 businesses using sustainable IT by 2027. And because of my experience and my business partner's experience in the industry, I think we're very well placed to do it. We're embedded in the scale up and the startup community, having grown our own businesses. We're embedded in the B Corp movement, which we believe is the right place to start this, because it's all about creating change. We're just very committed. We talk a lot about being more B Corp than B Corp. We're almost like, how do we raise the bar constantly, to be a business that is exceeding expectations on all fronts, from planet, from a society perspective, from a people perspective for the clients we work with. I love what I do, and I believe everything happens for a reason. And I've been in business for 15 years, and I've had my successes and my failures, and I think a lot of that has led me to this moment. I feel like we've got something important for the world, for society, and I think it's a unique opportunity for us to really maximize what we have here. I want to look back on it in 5 years and really say that we've made an impact for business, for the planet, for society, and most of all for this to be a business that outlasts us. I think and that's why I would always say to entrepreneurs is don't build it for the exit, build it for the impact.